Michael Yao Show.
The American healthcare system to me is lunacy. It's fucking insanity. And you guys just go, well, I don't want to have weight like in Canada. What are you talking about? I grew up in a socialist society. Now I know 20 million people versus 330 million, very vastly different. Same argument that I said with the guns.
Yeah.
Right? But I tell you what, and then I lived in Britain. Britain's the NHS in Britain is the shit. And they've got 60 million people on a little fucking rock, man. And I never waited for shit. And
they have free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
Yeah.
Not just for their citizens, like in Australia.
If you hurt yourself over there, they'll...
You don't get travel insurance when you go to Britain. You're more protected while you're on holiday there than while you're living here. Right? Now, so Jim Jefferies is my original name, stage name, got rid of my last name, I got a fractured skull. I had someone come up in Nottingham Journalers after I finished a gig and smashed my head into a table. This is when I was just my first few years of comedy. Right?
Oh my God.
And I cracked my skull here between my eyes. Well, the hit was here, but that's a softer part of the skull. And so anyway, I was getting these, like, I went to the hospital. I was like, I thought I was going to have a brain hemorrhage. I was just like, and so they took care of me. They put me in what I would call the drunken cunts ward, right? Like this was, it was the NHS. It was all free, but it was Nottingham on a Saturday night at 3 a.m. and there was just people with glass in their face. The Brits like to fight, right?
Yeah.
And then people use the word glass as a verb, right? and there's just drunk people just like, fuck off, and people being questioned by the police. Like, what did you do? But they were still in, And so I was there with me skull, and they'd bandaged me all up and x-rays and stuff like that. And they were monitoring me, checking my eyes every like half hour. Like,
you don't want
I
to
wasn't
fall
allowed to sleep,
yeah.
In case there was a problem. And so I was in a hell of a state. And then I was in there for maybe 4 days. It's my only extended amount of time in a hospital. And I was in there for maybe 4 days. And then at the end I had a gig, and it was I believe it was the Leeds Festival, which is like a big music festival, and the Foo Fighters were playing, and I wanted to see them or something. And I was going to, for one of the first times in my career, I was going to perform on stage in front of maybe 3,000-4,000 people. So I thought that I didn't want to miss that. And so the doctors recommended I stay, and I said, oh no, I'll just go. And I just got up and I left. Now in that time, they never once asked to see my identification to check what my real name was. I was listed there as Jim Jefferies. They never once made me sign anything or ask if I had a medical provider. They kept me in hospital for 4 days, and then the British government gave me £10,000 as a victim of crime. And now imagine the same thing happening to you in America when you're not a citizen.
They'll throw you out.
You're fucking what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Do you think it could actually happen here? Free healthcare? Because these companies hold so much weight.
The problem is, because everyone thinks, I've got good insurance. Your insurance can at any stage say, we don't think this is the procedure to give you. You know what I mean? And so you might think you have the best insurance, but the insurance can still fuck you over. And you go, well, why should I have to pay for that person if I pay for my insurance? The cost would go way down, because when you've got your car. And they go, are you doing this on insurance, or are you paying for yourself? If you say I'm doing it on insurance, the job costs $5,000. If you're paying for yourself, it's a fucking $1,000, right? And that's whenever you go in on insurance, that's why our premiums are so high, and that's why some companies can't afford to employ as many people and all this type of fucking bullshit, because you're getting surgeries that they claim are $30,000, and they're fucking not.
Yeah.
The only doctors that are honest in America are plastic surgeons. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't claim it on insurance. A set of tits costs what a set of tits cost.
$7,000.
Yeah, they're 7 to 20 grand, depending what town you're in. That's how much they fucking cost. Right?
Yeah.
But imagine if a set of tits was an emergency procedure.
$100,000.
And your family's in debt, and you know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that a set of tits is easier than casting a leg that's been broken? You know what I mean? Like, you're putting new tits and sculpting and all that type of stuff. Madness. They're the only honest doctors. It doesn't sound like they would be, but they are.